Hello and welcome back to Flight Sim World. Thank you very much for joining me in this video, and as you can see my altimeter is set incorrectly. To set the altimeter, press B. I wish that thing would absolutely shut up. It really annoys me, that one does. But anyway, welcome back to Flight Sim World, and today we are going to be having a first look, perhaps in two episodes or something, one today and one probably next Wednesday. Maybe a bit early, I don't know, I haven't decided quite yet, but I think this will be two episodes. We're going to be looking at dynamic weather. Dynamic weather came out a couple of days ago for Flight Sim World, so we're going to be having a look at what it is like. I've forgotten how to stop them appearing. I wish there was just an option in the options to stop them appearing, because they really annoy me very much. So what is dynamic weather? Well, as you can see, currently I am if I activate that, currently I am at gate 14 at Birmingham International Airport. That's Echo Golf Bravo Bravo, and we're going to be flying today to London Heathrow, Echo Golf Lima Lima. And as you can see, it looks like it's fairly clear weather out here. Not the greatest of, I can see some haze, so it's not the greatest of visibilities, but it is fairly clear weather, which is kind of cool. How do I'm a little bit stuck here. But anyway, so we're going to go back inside, or have a look at the angle. There you go, that's actually a good view. There you go, have a look around. Doesn't that look cool? Actually, that's a pretty nice view. I might actually use that. Anyway, so like I said, we're going to be flying from Birmingham. I wish this would actually listen to me. My head tracking is a pain. If you want to support me on Patreon and allow me to buy a track IR, give me some funding, I would really appreciate that, because this is just gets to be a pain. But hey, for now we will make do with what we have. Let's get rid of our that. There we go. We're going to be flying from here to London Heathrow, like I said, and because we're going to be flying to London Heathrow, we might experience a shift in weather, and this is what I'm really hoping that we do experience. So the first thing we need to do is set this aircraft up, and then we're going to see, and I am going to be talking about what it's like. So not that, don't need that one, not that, do we need that? Not that, that can go on to low actually, and air conditioning can go on. We're going to go for that as our call sign. We are going to be using IFR, so we're going to be flying with VORs, and we're going to be flying along some routes, predetermined routes into London. We're not going to be using a SID or a STAR, which is a standard instrument departure or standard terminal arrival route. We're not going to be using those. We're just going to be doing VOR to VOR along actual routes, and then turning off once we establish ourselves on the localizer. So for you guys who are a little bit unsure as to how this works, I do have a flight simulator tutorial series, the ground up advanced flight tutorials. Even for actual pilots, it can come in a little bit handy for tips and tricks, and just to have a clearer understanding of certain things. But then again, if you're a real pilot or doing your own PPL or something like that, more than likely you have got an understanding of this already. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to first of all go for our comms. So let's actually switch into comms. In fact, we'll do this on the top one, and we are going to tune in Birmingham ATIS, that's Air Traffic Information Service, and that is found on 130. Is it 130? I'm trying to remember. 130.02, or is it 130? No, 136. Sorry. 136.02. You see, I am in the Piper Malibu. This is the fastest aircraft apart from the war one that I could find, and not that. We'll switch into that, and we should get ATIS come up. And we're not. I don't want ground. No, I don't want that. I want ATIS for this place. No, go away. That's 121.8. I want the ATIS for this, because otherwise I'm not going to know what's going on. And I know that, is it 136 point? I am sure this is ATIS. Why do I keep doing that? That one. That is ATIS for Birmingham. Why am I not getting anything on this? Right, okay, in the meantime, we're going to actually switch over and have a look at what we need to tune in. So whatever we do, we're going to depart from Birmingham and we're going to turn towards Honolulu to start with, because that's the nearest VOR to Birmingham. So the Honolulu is going to be, the Honolulu VOR is 113.65. So let's get that tuned in. 113.6, no, not that, 113.65. There we go, that's in. That should cause something to move. That's this one over here. And we want to join that. How do we want to join that one? I feel like we should take off and then fly the 325 radial inbound. That's what I feel is right. So 335, 325, there we go. That's a 325 radial inbound. That's what we're going to fly. And then from there, we're actually going to fly an outbound radial to Daventry. So that's going to be the 119 radial outbound to Daventry, which will switch to, that's going to be 116.4. So I'm actually going to set up 116.4 on this one over here. Without doing that, 116.4. There we go. That's now set up. After that, the next one we are going to be wanting is probably going to be which one are we thinking of? Probably Biggin, which is 115.1, and that's actually going to be, we're not going to be flying towards that, so that one's already set. And then after that, the next one we're going to need is going to be the ILS for the runway, which means I've probably got this in the wrong order, because technically we should have these the opposite way around. Yeah, we need to have this the opposite way around, don't we? I need this to be 115.1. You'll see why once we're in the air. Why I need this to be 115.1. I don't know why Birmingham ATIS is not coming up. This is a problem I've seen before, actually. That's 115.1. We'll switch this to 116.4. No, that's going to now be 113.6. Or 113.65. There we go. And then this can be 116.4. There we go. And then this last one is going to be 109. And now some of you might have realized, if you know your frequencies, why I've done this. That one's going to be 109.5. There we go. Let's switch that back to comms. Right. Why is this Birmingham ATIS not coming up? Birmingham ATIS 13. I'm having a look now online to see what is Birmingham's ATIS. It is 136.02. What is going on? Maybe they've got a slightly different one. Maybe it's 136.05. Maybe that will pick it up. No. No, of course it won't. That's a bit of a bug. Now, I remember this. I remember this as a problem. 126.275. I'm going to try that. I remember this as a problem that this is a very old ATIS frequency. 126.275. That's the old one. A long time ago. I wonder if that still works. No. No, that doesn't work either. Well, I can't see how I am supposed to know what's going on if these don't work. Anyway, we're going to go for the 119 radial over here. We're going to set this to be 119. No, we're not. We're going to set this to be 325. 325. This is going to be 119. And then we're going to get ourselves underway. And we'll see what this is all about. No, not 227. Come on, keep going back. $140, $128, $126, $122, $119. There we go. Alrighty. Let's see. Someone goes 123.225. Okay, let's try 123.225. I don't recognize that frequency, but I'm going to try it. I need to find out this frequency. No. Nope, that's not one either. But this is a bit ridiculous. How am I supposed to know this? 126.9 maybe? I'm literally now just going through random frequencies here that may or may not be the right frequency. These are certainly not the right frequencies. Nope, nothing there. Now I'm actually on the actual websites to find 131, 121 point. I doubt Birmingham delivery would have ATIS or ground or director. This is a bit silly. This is getting really silly. We've been on the ground for 12 minutes. I'm just going to get out of there and press B. Adjust my barometric pressure, which is at 30.15. 3015 is the barometric pressure we've got. So you can see we do have different barometric pressures. 136.02 is the airport, is the frequency for it. Why it's not giving me that, I don't know. That is the frequency for ATIS. That's disappointing. That's very disappointing. Anyway, let's get ourselves back into a sort of view that we can actually manage. We'll do that. I'll switch on all the lights. I'll look up and switch off the dome light. There we go. Oh no, that's gone wrong. There we go. Alright, let's stop this. I have no idea which way we're going to be flying, so I'm just going to take off and hope for the best, and then we're going to get ourselves on our way to Heathrow, and let's see how this dynamic weather works. So this is only version 1 of dynamic weather, so that means that there is a lot still to be desired. It's not perfect. Far from it. It's still got a ways to go, and that's fine. What I do like about it is that it does bring that aspect of all you do is you select dynamic weather. So when you're selecting your weather theme, you can select dynamic weather, and it gives you different types of dynamic weather according to META, which is or META if you want to pronounce it like that, which is provided in some of the strings. I think there's like a database file in flight simulators install or something, so it's not real world data, so it's not real, or should I say it's not real time data, but it is real world data, which means that you're not going to be able to take off from, say, wherever your local airport is on the date and time that you're currently at and expect to see the exact same weather outside. That's not yet here. Now, they did say that this is just the introduction. So this is more like a stepping stone of sorts. That looks like the runway to me. I genuinely don't know which way the wind is blowing because the trees are not blowing in any which way. I can't see a windsock, so that's a problem. Looking around for a windsock I am. And I can't see one. But we're going to take off and see what happens. Anyway. In fact, I feel like there isn't a wind, to be completely honest. Because I seem to be able to fly or maneuver. I was going to say drive? Well, I suppose I am driving a plane at this point in time. But I seem to be able to maneuver this aircraft without any issues. Let's see which way it's pulling. No, it's not pulling in any which way. Right, we're going to get ourselves onto the runway. We are cleared. So we're just going to go straight onto the runway and take off. And hopefully see what we can do. Right, current heading is... We're on runway 33. Let's bring ourselves right up to the end of the displace threshold. Not going to take off from here. So on runway 33, and we are going to be heading. Which way do we want to head? Let's have a look. Going to pull up Sky Vector again and see what we can do. So outside looks pretty clear at the moment. What I'm hoping is that as we fly towards London, the weather will change. That's the point of dynamic weather. The weather is going to change according to various different conditions at various different weather stations across the world. That's the idea. Now, whether it does so or not right now, I'm not all too sure. Like I said, it's not based on real world weather quite just yet, but it will be at some point. Right, so if we take off from here, ATIS is 136.2, 02, sorry. I am right. So we'll do that, and we will fly. It's actually the 325 radial is the one we want. Okay, I know which way the wind's blowing. Yep, I got it. Do you see which way the wind was blowing as we brought that up? That's fine. Take off. Positive rate. Gear up. Flaps in. And we are up, up and away. Right. It's actually quite blustery. I was not expecting that. Alright, and now we need to turn all the way around until we're flying towards the VOR on the right radial, which is the 325 radial inbound. Keeping that turn as coordinated as we can. Not too sharp, also, if possible. Climbing at a decent speed. Turn ourselves all the way around. Keeping it going. We're going to keep it turning until we're at about 155, I think. And we'll start easing off right here. Oh, that's quite... It's quite choppy. It is quite choppy. And there we go, we're actually on the radial straight away. That's quite interesting. Right, we need to bring on the de-icer. It says ice detect fail. Why does it say that? Not sure. Shouldn't have any ice at the moment. It's very, very choppy, this is. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to fly towards that VOR until we get to it, and then we're going to switch on to the Daventry VOR as soon as we cross, which we should be getting up to very soon. As a matter of fact, you can see that we're just going to need to make a slight course adjustment. to get onto this VOR. The only problem is it's oh so difficult to fly. Okay, I wasn't expecting it to be that difficult to fly. Alright, that's a problem. It is actually quite cold. -1 actually is the outside air temperature. We're going to switch these onto high now. I don't know why it says ice detect fail. We do have the de-icers on. Look at this! This aircraft doesn't like flying in this sort of condition, does it? And we're completely off course. We're being blown around like nobody's business. I think it's a good idea to not do that. Switch that on. Get ourselves in heading, hold, swing us around. Altitude, hold, come on. Get us to 3,000 feet, I feel, is going to be where we want to go. In fact, let's just go for 3,200 as we are. There we go. This is a difficult flight already. So you can see the real world weather is actually kicking in as one would expect. And it's horrible. Genuinely is horrible weather right now. I'm going to slow ourselves right the way down. We're actually in the caution zone at this moment in time. I'm going to slow us down because this is not the kind of weather we want to be flying into a caution zone or caution speed with. Now we are maintaining 3,200 feet now. You can just see the clouds up ahead. There you go. You can see that that weather is going to gradually ease into a different kind of weather. Now the problem they do have at this moment in time is that there isn't anything like storm fronts or weather fronts of any sort. What happens is that all around you the weather looks like it's going to change. So if you look all around, you can see the clouds are forming all around us, and then it's eventually going to ease into that. It's not that they've got weather on one side and then not on another side, so on and so forth, which is a little bit disappointing, but that's okay. Right, we're on the Daventry. Right, what we're going to do is we're actually going to switch into nav mode very shortly. Because we're going to join up on the Daventry VOR, and we're just going to follow that one out towards Daventry. And nav mode. There we go. That should get us intercepting the Daventry VOR, which is fine now for us. Like so. We are struggling in this condition. It's not my, just to point out, look, that's how much movement there is going on. It's not me looking around. That is the movement on the aircraft, which is a little bit of a problem. It's 0 degrees outside. I don't know why ice detect fail is on. I'm a little bit confused. Anyway, we're now going to switch to the next one of these, 113.65, and we're going to figure out where from Daventry, what's that 113.65 that we need. That's going to be 113.65. Why do I have 113.65? It's 115.1, sorry. 115.1, and that's going to be on a 293 radial. I think we should tune into a 293 inbound. So we're going to go, this is wobbly, 328, no, 320. And this is where autopilots, like I've mentioned before, do come in handy. That's what, 291? That's 293, I think. There, that should be 293. .296. 1, 2, 3. 295. What? 293. There we go. All right, that's ready for 293. So we're going to intercept that, or when that happens, we're going to change course. Now I don't know how to switch between nav 1 and nav 2 on the autopilot systems here. That's something I don't know how to do. So that's a bit new. That's going to be a new one to me. I can't find anything anywhere. That's the landing gear. That's what's that? No, that's something else. I don't see any controls that allow me to switch from nav 1 to nav 2, which is annoying, but we will manage. We will certainly manage in the wind. We'll have to do some compensation, switch into heading mode and stuff like that. But anyway, we can now have a look around and see how poorly we are doing at the moment. It's very... Look, I'm just going to switch it off to prove a point here. That's how windy it is. I have a look outside. There you go. You can just see how windy it is. What is that underneath the... I have no idea. Again, good views. I don't particularly like some of these. That one's alright. That one's useless, I think. That one's a nice one, I feel. But you can see, look at the weather loading in. So you can just see how that weather is loading in. So that's kind of a good demonstration here to show how it's going on. Now, I don't really have to worry. At least I can show you around with with all the different weather. There you go. I can look around to show it off a little bit more, whilst the aircraft is essentially flying itself. Knowing my luck, something's going to go very, very wrong. But you can see the clouds building in and generating very slowly. It's not jumping in like they used to in FSX, so that's a good sign. It's gradual. The only problem is, like I said, everywhere you look, it's the same. Ooh, that's a tail. That's not going to help me. Everywhere you look, you can see it's exactly the same weather system forming. So that's the downside to it. You can't just see up in the distance that there is a weather system of sorts, but at least we've got the weather systems forming, which is really nice. So that's really helpful, I think, in my personal opinion. Let's go back inside. We seem to be managing okay. Again, I've still got this issue with the ice detect fail. I'm not sure why. Everything is on. I don't think I've forgotten to switch anything on. No, everything else seems to be absolutely fine. We'll switch that off for now. And you can see we are navigating or managing to... Whoa! Why did it do that? It just... Nav mode just... switched itself off. I think I know why. We've just passed the Daventry VOR, haven't we? We've now passed the Daventry VOR, so now we need to change our course, and we're going to fly outbound. So we're actually going to go into heading hold for now. Very good. Go there, heading hold. We're going to swing ourselves around very gently, or whatever way this is going to do it, onto a heading of... what was the heading I wanted? Was it 125? I don't think it was 125. I think it was much more than 125. It's 169. So actually we're going to bring this back. 169. So that allows us to get back on track here. And we're going to swing this over course of 160. Yeah, you're fine. You go onto a new course. 169. Alright, now you turn to a heading of 185, and then we'll switch back into nav mode and fly out from it. I think that's the right way to do these things. The arrow's pointing in that direction, so it should be technically the right way to do these things. I hope. At some point I will be swapping out the video, so we'll be switching to a next video. And as a matter of fact, we should probably do that now. You can just see now, look at that in front of us, how the clouds have formed. We've had a whole... Can you see that? That obviously wasn't there a moment ago. So that's just showing the whole forming of the clouds. I don't want that view. I don't want that view. I don't want that view. Not that view. That view looks okay. So you can just see the forming of the clouds there, which is really, really important, I feel, for us. So I think that's where I'm going to end this video, and then we're going to continue on and see what it's like in London. Hopefully we'll be able to tune in an ATC or something. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video, subscribe to the channel for more videos on Flight Sim World. Leave a comment in the comments box below. We're going to try and get back on this correct path over here. This is not easy at all, but we're going to do our absolute level best to do this. And in the next video, we should be landing at London Heathrow pretty soon. So thank you very much for watching. Like I said, like, subscribe, comment. I think dynamic weather, it's got obviously a long way to go, but I'm glad that it is in Flight Sim World. As you can see, you know, we took off with essentially clear skies. Now we're flying into clouds. This is a good sign. I'll give you more of my first impressions and what I feel in the next video. And if you do, or if you are watching this on Twitch, thumbs up and a follow, please. And also, if you are if you can afford to do so and you're really interested in doing so, please do support me on Patreon. Link to that is in the description box below. Your support would be massively, massively appreciated. It would help me out a huge, huge amount. Thank you very much for watching once again, and I will see you guys next time in Flight Sim World.